day. But now we have these parents that played at a somewhat high level, and now their kids are coming up, so they're kind of like they want their kids to learn this kind of stuff. So,
so shout out to the whole both teams.
So that was mine. That was going to be actually my early shout out, is to shout out to all the parents. Just like in the last 3 weeks, I've seen parents come to the rescue for other kids. Kids don't have rides, and maybe the parents didn't send enough meal money or something like that, and we always got those parents, man, that step in and help it out. And then I don't even know any parents that ask for stuff in return. So that's my early shout out right there, is to all those parents that make it happen behind the scenes, because the kids a lot of times don't even see that happening, but the parents make it happen.
It takes ride, it takes gas money, it takes food money, all that stuff that's going in. Maybe they might let a bill slide, or something like that, just so they can make sure these kids are up at the
sure, man.
So that's good. Yep.
Hey,
shout out.
and you know what, if any of those kids are listening, if you guys don't realize what the parents are doing, the only thing you need to do is give it your all. That's all you got to do, is just get there and give it your all. That's all the parents want. And then hold on, one more shout out, man. And I know you guys you guys got this. You guys gonna do a shout out with me. Do a shout out to Coach Randy Decor. He coming off of surgery. He got a kidney taken out just recently. And I got to talk with him. He was at the hospital. He called me. We were still talking basketball, and he was kind of telling me kind of how he kind of wants some things for his 7th grade squad that his boy plays on. And listen to the man, And I made sure and sent Randy like a prayer text telling him, God bless him. And I learned a lot of things about respecting other coaches and other teams from Randy, because when I was young, man, I used to talk smack to other coaches and get texts and stuff like that. But coaching with Randy kind of made me calm down a little bit.
That's
and
cool.
So I gave him props for that.
And he showed you how to call a timeout.
He's been showing Sean Walker how to call timeouts. That's what he's been doing.
I don't know what it is. What Randy was coaching high school boys a while back. I don't know how. I know you're only allowed so many timeouts, but Randy always had about 4 or 5 in his pocket somewhere. Like how many
timeouts he paid for those ahead of time.
Did you, Randy?
Old school.
Let us know.
No, but shout out to Randy, man. Get well, Coach. Get well. All right, Mino, you got any early shout outs?
Other than my team, I want to shout out my Walt Hill boys varsity and junior varsity teams. We haven't started out how we would like to and how we would hope to, or how we have prepared to, but at a snail's pace, we're going in the right trajectory. We're doing the right things. We're staying faithful to the grind, and we're sticking it out. We're going to see it through, and I know that better days are to come. We just have to always make sure we're seeing the bigger picture, because there's always more to it.
Yes, indeed.
You say the right stuff, bro. That's good stuff, man. I didn't think you had it in you like that. But that's good stuff.
I've had a lot of really good influences in my life growing up. A lot of guys with great basketball mentalities that have taught me the game, so I'm really thankful for those guys that came before me.
One person that we brought his name up last time we was here, that I think has a real high basketball IQ, and he knows it, is Christian LaPointe. He's like that. He really knows how to talk. He knows what the right words to say and how to do this and do that, and I kind of like it for him. I'm kind of surprised, so the way you're holding yourself and talking right now, it kind of surprises me, so give it a little props. And Christian, if you're listening, 2 more games, baby. Ohio State, 17 racks. All right. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, so hey, I got to piggyback out that too. I mean, I look at so Manny graduated back in 2013, same year as my boy Greg, and a lot of the guys, Coach Trayvon. You guys. I look at that class and I see all the things that 2013 class has done since they graduated. I'm speechless. You boys you kids are just doing so much for yourselves, and then also so much for your children, and then you even spread yourself a little bit thin and help out with the community and the rest of these kids too, and they need that, man. These kids need that. There's coaches that I've been hanging out with for the last 20-25 years. and a lot of those guys, they don't coach anymore. They're older. They quit doing it. You know, they say the same thing that I usually say nowadays is these young guys got to come over and take over because those guys are kind of getting old. I was even telling fourth grade girls, I said, I can't move around like how I used to try to show you what I'm going to do, you know. But the day that I can't move and show you the correct way to do it is the day I got to hang up the towel, you know. I got to hang it up because
it's coming off the waist now and ready to be hung up.
Gosh, that's why I'm in the gym I'm trying to get back in shape so I can stay there, dog.
Hey, just the what you said with the boys that the names you said, that was the team that should have. That team right there when they all came in, even when they were freshmen. Because I know, Manny, when was that you came to Winnebago?
My senior year.
Played
my senior year.
So if you were in Winnebago your freshman year, that would have been you, Trey Blackhawk, Sky,
Landon.
Was Jeremy Pear and Kenny Boy were seniors, and Aaron LaPointe. That was the team right there.
Oh yeah,
that was the team.
Oh, yeah.
And then your guys' senior year, I think they if they would have just this is my opinion, if they would have just let Randy keep his coaching tenure that one last year, because that was the year that these boys were all seniors. Because we went from 1-18 that one season to when these guys got to be the older version, they were one game away from state and they were 18-5 or something like that, you know. And then the year after that was like, oh, this is the year. And then we got new coaches, you know, regardless of who the coaches was, it was new coaches, a whole new game plan. And then So
that was it, right? That was the team that could have been. That was it right there.
That was actually like the start off from what ended up happening, you know, in 15 and stuff like that. It was like how would you say, like the appetizer?
This is just my opinion. I've always felt like our team could have gave any team a good run for their money. I'm not saying we beat this team or that team. I know we could have played with anybody.
I agree.
Another name, part of that squad might have been a little bit older, is Brandon Blackfish too.
Yeah, he was a year older.
He was good. He was a shooter. I seen him get so hot one time he could have punted it and went up there and dropped it. I mean, I totally had those games too. So, but I just know what he was going through. But he did it like all the time.
Yeah, he was just such a fearless competitor too. For being 5'8", 5'9" at best.
Yeah,
he didn't care who you were. He'd go right at you.
Yeah, he was tough. I like Brandon's game when he was young.
Loved playing with him. Hated playing against him.
Yeah, that's exactly right, huh? And you know, he might be one of the top fives that I was thinking defensively. You know,
you can scratch surface on putting him in there.
You can scratch surface on a lot of guys. Hey, but ladies and gentlemen, you know, later on in the show, we're also going to be us three guys. We were kind of talking about our top fives in certain different categories, and we're going to have some top fives for you guys coming from me, Coach Q, B-Luv, and then Coach Amino. He's going to share with us the top fives.
Strictly our opinions.
Our opinions.
So we don't need our opinions. Yeah, we don't need anybody getting mad.
Well, we're gonna get into those. We're gonna get into those ones here shortly. But hey, let's move on to the show, man.
Let's get it.
So our first thing, we got Coach Amino here, and we were gonna talk a lot about Walt Hill basketball since we got him in here. You know, I know that just this past basketball season, you took over the realm down there, and then I saw a couple of your posts, and you kind of saying the guys working hard, not the result we wanted, and then one post all of a sudden he said, "Hey, I got my first dub."
Yep.
Okay, so when I saw that post and I saw that you got your first win, I wanted to make sure and get you on here when it was fresh, when you were fresh in your head about that first win. And then since we've been waiting, you got another one too, I heard.
Yeah.
So I definitely wanted
two more actually.
Two more?
Yeah, I think he's got three in a row.
So then that's the part I want to discuss, is that being a new head coach, taking care of the basketball, the boys basketball there at your old school down at Wall Hill, and the pride that you have, not just for the game of sports, but for the Blue Jays, I want to hear how you feel about, the beginning of the season and then getting those wins. How does it make you feel? Kind of like, it's like an open question. Just, I want to hear your story. So just go right ahead, take the mic.
Okay. So, it's tough. We had 5 seniors last year who showed up to practice every day, and they wanted it. We ended up down at Lincoln at State last year, graduated those guys, and then an additional 4 They transferred out after the season was over, so we've only got a couple guys on the team now that were on the roster last year. So it's been a very big transitional period for us, but God willing, everything is going in the right direction, as I stated earlier. The wins, those were great. They were great for our confidence, great for the morale of my guys who haven't had a chance to taste that because of their own doing on the court.
Yeah.
It was really good. I'm not sure how to put it into words. I mean, granted, we'll always take the win, but the competition level that we played against for those wins, it wasn't top notch or anything. So from a coaching standpoint, I was happy for my guys, happy for my team. But I know that we still have a lot more work to do, and they understand that as well. So I'm really happy for where we're at right now. We took a tough loss last night to the Randolph Cardinals over there in Randolph, Nebraska. They were a tough ball team, We were down our leading scorer, Ivan Lyons. He averages about 19-20 a game for us. He was sick, so we had to go do battle without him. But in the heat of all that, we still held our own, had our chances to win the ball game. We were missing him. We were missing him bad, and it takes all five of them.
Yeah, it does. I got to watch a few of your games. You guys did come to Winnebago for the game right there, and I know that in that first half, I saw the potential. Mm-hmm. The first half, I saw the potential. Second half, you could see the inexperience of some ball players, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, one thing I say is, like, even if it's a bad game or even if you don't get the dub, like, as long as your team is learning something from that experience, and when I say that, I don't mean it as a corny way. I really mean that. If your team is learning something, maybe they were pressing the entire game, and then in the second half, sometime in the third quarter, we figured it out, and we put somebody in the middle, that the bailout person in the middle, and he takes care of the basketball. We figured that out. Well, that could be huge for the next game, And so as long as they're learning something from that particular game, then I think the game's a success.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And to feed off what you said too about those games, you say they're not the games you won weren't top-notch teams. As an old ball player, we call those confidence builders, confidence games. And then like college football the same way. You line up those non-conference games where you can get some team where you can just blow them out and then get all these kids' confidence up. So those don't sweat the 3 games if there's lesser talent. Yeah. Don't matter. They're on the schedule to whoop them.
Yeah, I guess that's a fault in myself too, from a coaching standpoint, just because I'm always wanting to be high level in everything that I do or everything that I'm a part of, and it's rubbing off on the kids. It definitely is. I can see that, and even in losing last night, there was still big smiles. We still had a great time, had fun. That's what it's all about.
What was the final there you guys got?
47-37.
Oh, so about 10 to that's probably free throws towards the end.
Yep. Oh man.
Was it?
Don't get me started on that. We missed 10, 12 free throws.
Wow, that's it.
Yep. We've corrected our ball security. We're taking care of the ball now, and it's just every little game every game we inch closer to our goals, and we're getting better.
That's good.
Yeah. With that too, I also saw that just recently you've been opening up the gym down there for some of the youth for skills training, and I really think that that is a real good idea. They started that idea here in Winnebago a few years ago, and they're still trying to get the culture to change to everybody being in the gym instead of just a selective few. Okay, and I really wish a lot of these ball players, the ones that show up to practice all the time, but then that's it. I really wish they could see like the other kids that are in the gym and how big of a difference it makes. Just for example, Winnebago's basketball team, they got a freshman running the point guard position.
Yep.
Because he trains. He trains. He can dribble left and right-handed. He's got ball handling skills. He doesn't have to look down at the basketball. He's got good eyesight for passing, and then he is a knockdown shooter too.
Fearless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As a freshman though, and so you could tell that some of these kids are doing that extra work. So you opening the gym for those young cats, to come in and giving that opportunity, that's what's there, right? You're giving them that. And so that's huge in the community of Walt Hill.
Yeah.
Now it's up to the parents to get those kids. If the parents want those kids to be at the next level, or want their Walt Hill Blue Jays to get to that next level, then your parents got to get those kids to the gym. And these coaches that are doing this, I mean, literally, it's free training. It's free. You go to the big cities, you're not going to get this stuff for free. You're going to have to pay arm and a leg to try to get trainers to come in and do that. So take advantage of it.
One thing too, the parents, get them there, man, he's trying to do this and to better your kid. Otherwise, don't complain if they're not getting as much PT because they're not putting forth the effort like these other kids are. So at that level, at the younger level, up at the schools, and we talked about this before. You got to have not the school. I'm sorry, up north. They usually have, for certain grades, they have your B-level teams and your A-level teams and stuff like that. So they put you in these games to see where you're sitting at, and then they try to put you at that level. But then you also got people that believe that their child should be with the A team, and then they kind of get upset if they're not getting as much playing time. You got to be where you're supposed to be, and what talking level wise, standpoint and stuff. So if you want your child to be in the top division, playing a lot, get them to practice, especially over here when you got the free stuff going on, and all it is for fundamentals, and all you can do is get help your kid.
And what they're offering, Coach Manny and Coach Jeff and those guys from Winnebago, what they're offering, they're not just saying, hey, we're going to open gym to let you guys shoot around. No, they're saying we're going to come in here and we're going to work on skills. We're going to work on skills. If your kid can't dribble with your left hand, let's get in here and work on it. If they're missing their free throws all the time, like you said, missing 10 free throws, then let's get in here and work on it.
Because that's the difference between a ball game right there.
That sounds like that's what happened last night for you guys.
And the biggest thing that I always try to make my kids understand is that, it's nice to beat Winnebago, it's nice to beat Macy, it's nice to beat Santee, but that's not the goal. Like, for me as a coach, I don't care if I ever beat any of those teams, as long as we're all on the right track, and one day we can all take over Lincoln again, like how we did in 2016.
Exactly.
Things like that. That's what I care about. I care about beating the teams that are in my division, in our division, and in our class, and trying to immortalize.
Just beat whoever they put in front of you.
Whoever they put in front of you, but you got to think about that postseason. You want to try to find out who that best team is in your district. And for us, Ashland Greenwood been the best team in our district for the last 2-3 years, and we have them on our schedule.
Yeah, that
so
team
it's a
was
good
crazy.
test. It's a good test this year because they lost a lot of seniors last year, and our JV team beat their JV team last year. So
hey, they were back-to-back state champs in C1 last couple of years.
Yep.
I think they're back-to-back. Diami and little Blackfish boy. Duran. Yeah, those guys. I honestly thought there was nobody as quick as those guys and good. That team that beat them, holy smokes, they were just as fast.
That kid Brooks Kissinger, he was their point
was
guard.
That? He was giving Diami some problems.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But in our defense, though, because I was a coach on that team.
Oh yeah.
In our defense, we gave them their best game. They went to state and 30 to everybody.
Yeah.
So their toughest game came from a Winnebago Indian squad.
Yeah. I noticed when it went down there, they knew how Winnebago travels, the fans travel, especially for that game like that. They had half of our side of the bleachers filled up, and then they had the band over on the other side taking up the rest of that, and then Winnebago only had like 3/4 of that one side to sit on. So it's like we couldn't even get our fans in there to show support. I mean, as much support as they, in the past,
Yeah.
And we all know as a loud crowd gets the boys pumped up. So.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why we do it.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hey, so since we had a spot, a little segment for Coach Mark that was going to be here, but unfortunately he couldn't be here today. So what we're going to do in that little smaller time is let's do it for our first top 5.
Let's do it.
But listen, since we'll do this one for Mark. First top 5, your top Blue Jays, top 5 Blue Jays history. Okay.
So we didn't get to think about this.
No, but you know all the hoopers. Okay, so B-Luv, you go first. Top 5 Blue Jays.
Well, I'm gonna put Kobe Smith in there.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Bullet Badet in there.
Okay.
I'll put Toby English in there.
Okay.
And probably my boy, rest in peace, J.R. Thomas.
Yep.
And then the Walt Hills GOAT, Dave Winget Sr.
Oh,
Those are my 5 right there that I.
Okay.
And
okay.
if you want a little, what's the thing
Honorable
called?
mention?
Honorable mention. Brooke Darnell.
Brooke Darnell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man.
Not a single one of those guys could guard me.
They couldn't guard me either. But I'm just talking about
All right,
those.
cool.
I'm totally kidding, guys. I love all of you. I love all of you.
Hear him, Kobe?
No, they all know I love them.
All right, Manny.
Walt Hill. Okay, so obviously, yep. Kobe Smith, Harry Sheridan, Jaden Harry Sheridan. He's a 1,000-point scorer.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go. This is just from what I was able to see.
Yeah,
I was able to see.
Your opinion.
Then I'm gonna say Adrian Phillips, who was a really good player last year. And then
Was he the donkey boy?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Then Tyrese Lovejoy. Tyrese Lovejoy had a heck of a few years there, and nothing about my last pick. Nothing about what he ever did. What he was a great team basketball player, leader, inside, outside the classroom. DeAndre Webster.
DeAndre. All right.
Sargento.
Yeah, Sarge.
I'm just being real. That's
Yep. Okay, I'll try to get through mine quick. Let's see who's running point. J.R. Thomas running point.
Yep.
Because awesome
Passer.
Awesome Magic Johnson style ball player.
Yep.
I got I'll say old school Aaron Meyer as one of my guards.
Oh yeah, he was a shooter.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna be a Hall of Fame coach down here in Oakland. And then I'm gonna go with Kobe in the center. I'll go Big Dave in the power forward spot. Man, and I might have to go Adrian Phillips on that small forward spot.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anybody can run with that team there.
Yeah, that's a good squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, those are some good ones. And thanks for bringing those names up too, because that's what this sports show is about, is bringing those names up. Giving some people some of the spotlight, even though their time is probably past. So, but good picks though. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely good picks there.
That was a good job.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and ask Manny a little bit about we know you weren't around back in those '90s era when Big Dave Winget and Bullet and JR and all those guys were that team, that first Wall Hill team that ever went to state. Me and B-Luv, we were lucky to be around during that time. But I know you had to have at least heard some stories.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then even you guys were around when Kobe and those guys went too, and those are a couple of topics we're going to talk to Coach Mark about. But let's just visit about those times. What did you hear about back in the day?
I've always heard about Mark English, Toby, Aaron, Corey. My dad, Luke Merrick, Freddie Merrick, the Grant brothers, obviously Dave Sr., Marvin, Paul, those guys.
Yep.
Like so many great names. Too many to name. And you look on that record board up there in the old gym. There's a lot of them still stand till this day. That's a testament of the athlete from then versus it's a work ethic thing. It's I'm not ashamed to admit that maybe we've gone a little soft, but we can always turn things around.
Can we rewind that? That you guys can't. Nobody should say Walt Hill Blue Jays and not have Dave Winget Sr. name in that same sentence. Dave Winget was super state. What his boys Matthew and David did in 15.
Yep. David
was at 2 years in a row, his junior and senior year. Then he was one of the best defensive ends in the right end. Could have played 8-man back then. Solid. You see Dave right now, how big he is now. That's how big he was in high school. Just toned. You get certain excuse it, I don't know, Caucasian boy, but he was built, toned, and he was solid. Yeah. Me and him, I picked him after high school. We went traveled to the circuit together. We played in all these 3-on-3s and stuff. I never went somewhere without playing with that guy. So me and him went to war plenty of times. That's why I can vouch for him. He's one of the best to play.
Always been told about his patented up and under.
Yep.
Up and under, go up one hand flush.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a handful.
I still think Junior would get him though.
Oh yeah.
He would. He would.
Yeah, he couldn't guard him.
Yeah. No, but those are some good top fives, guys.
Oh yeah,
man.
absolutely.
I like that, man. So we're gonna.
Hey, Let me stop you real quick.
Yeah.
So that team that went to state back in the 90s, I think they went in '89. That was Dave and those guys' junior year, and then no, that was Dave's senior year. Because then GR and them senior year they went again.
Yeah,
so yeah, it was
back to
Dave. It
back.
was Dave. Yep. So it was Dave and them senior year they went down there, and then the next year then we played them the opening game here. We slapped them.
Lit him up.
We lit them up.
Coach Q had 25.
Yeah, we lit them up, but they went to state.
But they went to state and we
So
didn't.
we were one of their. Well, I don't even know. I think they had 3 losses or 5 losses or something like that. But we were one of them. We were the first one. So I think we lit the fire for them where they didn't want to get. Yeah, so they ended up going to state and we missed it.
Yeah, they really had some good ball teams back in the day too. You know, around this whole area, Bancroft was tough.
Yeah.
Winnebago was tough. Omaha
Yeah.
Nation was tough.
Yeah.
It's really crazy to me
Wow, that was tough.
how much and kids, forgive me for saying this, man, but the level of competition in the area was a lot higher. Even when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was a kid, the Emerson Hubbards, like you said, BR.
Yeah.
Lions Decatur was pretty tough. Everything. It's different. It's crazy how much things change.
Yeah.
You know what? And then, I mean, you think about it, like, historically, like, there has to be change in that community that happened. Maybe, okay, perfect example. Bob Hayes up in Ponca, he retired. And boys basketball hasn't been the same since. It's been okay, but it hasn't been the same since, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, who's the person picking up that, or taking the baton from the other coach, from a good team? South Sioux girls, Kelly Flynn went to like 10 or 12 state championships, but then when he retired, who took over? So those things are real important of who the person is that's taking over. So if communities want to see that happen, then hey, somebody like you, man, who needs to take over, somebody who has that passion to make things happen. So
Yeah.
That's the mindset. That's the mindset for sure. I want to be mentioned with those names in 20, 30 years.
yeah.
I've always had a burning love for basketball, whether I'm playing, whether I'm coaching, whether I'm watching. I just love to be around the game. And,
Yep.
I was never the best at anything that I ever did, but I bet you what, though, I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to work my butt off, and they're going to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, I want to say thank you, Mino, for sharing everything that you did about your beloved Wall Hill Blue Jays from the past, from today, and then your near future, what you're going to be doing with the kids. Myself, I just want to encourage you to continue on being the best version of yourself as a coach, as a young man, as a father.
For sure.
And then as a mentor, because a lot of these young guys, they don't have their dads at home to say, hey, I need you to knock that stuff off, and I need you to start doing this and put your foot down. A lot of those young men, they need that. So that's a big job ahead of you, but it sounds like you're willing to do it. So let's go.
Definitely.
So we're gonna get into our next top fives.
So
okay.
who did this last one? You did that last one.
Yeah, so we just did the one for Wall Hill Blue Jays, so
okay.
that one really didn't count on
so
this list that we're doing earlier.
Oh, okay.
So B-Luv had his first top 5 is gonna be.
Let's just since we're on that the Wall Hill subject there. I mean the Wall Hill team that we just did
Okay.
the top 5. Let's do my top 5 is for the not Winnebago for whoever the best top 5 in my opinion to ever wear the blue and white.
Okay. Hey, perfect timing too, because after this top 5, we go into Winnebago basketball. So let's go.
Okay, so let's get. So obviously, I'm going to roll with David Wingett and Matthew Wingett.
Yeah.
I didn't know even no reason.
That's a given.
There ain't no reason to even get into it because we all know what they did, and and so that's a given. And then my next 3 is I gotta put my little brother Pete in there.
Yeah.
Pete had the most points in Winnebago history for a while until David got it. So and then Pete, 4-year started as a freshman, and he just all around good ball player to wear that. He I don't know how many Channel 4 news Channel 4 Player of the Week that he got. When he was coming up. So
Yeah.
Pete's in there. And then not being biased again, but I got to put Trey Blackhawk in there. Trey Blackhawk, he was a 4-year starter. He ended up was maybe right there, 3rd or 4th all-time scorer.
1267.
1260. Yep. So he's up there, and he's 4-year starter. So I got to give it to him. He was pretty good. And Then I kind of got a tie for my last 5. I'm going back to the '94 team.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick either both. I'm gonna say both of them: Haga Cleveland and Brandon Stout. Both of them guys.
Okay.
Both of them guys could ball. When they was in high school, they were both good. I played with Haga afterwards when he got way better, but I remember those games back in the day. So Brandon and Haga they kind of tied for my fifth one. There.
Okay.
So
those are some good ones.
Yep, those are mine.
Those are some hoopers right there. All right, Mino, what about you?
Just like B-Luv here, I got Dave number 1, Matt number 2. And then for me, one that really, really inspired me and I really enjoyed watching and playing with even now, Aaron LaPointe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron LaPointe, that was one of my favorite players. He inspired me a lot.
He was a 4-year starter too.
Yep. And then of course I got my bro Trey Blackhawk.
Yeah.
And then my other bro Kenny Blackhawk.
Oh yeah, there you go. Those are 2 good ones right there.
Those are ones that I got to see, got to play with, against, things like that. So no disrespect to anybody before, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and that's the beauty of these lists. Is it's just like today's opinion,
Yeah.
and it might even change tomorrow, but today this is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so mine for the blue and white, I'm gonna piggyback off you guys with the Matthew and David, the cap and the goat.
Yeah.
And then I also had Pete on my list too. He had that scoring thing, 4-year starter. And I made almost every one of his games, and it was just fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then my next one would be TJ Smith. TJ Smith was a sharp shooter. He could rebound. He could pass. He could do the whole thing. He was just like a complete ball player.
Yeah.
And then he jumped like a deer.
Yep.
He just run the court like a deer. He can never stop.
Yep.
And
That's
then like you said too, like after high school, he got even better.
Yeah. He tried. I took him with me to tournaments numerous times too.
So and then my last one, I know you guys might agree with me on this one, but nobody ever beat his scoring record yet. But my little bro Jules LaRose,
Birthday boy,
got that scoring title. Got that scoring record at Winnebago Public School that I don't think it'll be beat. Just the way that basketball's played nowadays, and the only person that could have probably beat it
was David,
and he almost did it.
He could have.
He tied the 50, but he could have easily. But I'm just saying, who's really going to do it?
Yeah. Now, I mean, you don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know because we got. I'll tell you who might have a good chance if he comes in and it just plays like how he's been. Is I say his name a lot too. That little Rufo boy.
Oh,
okay.
He's gonna be a stud, man. He's gonna be a stud. So if he can come in and play as a freshman and put up decent numbers like Age is doing, and put up numbers because he's a shooter, and if he can put up those numbers, and then he's a 4-year starter, I bet you he come across one of those games where because he'll be playing with Age, and if Age wants to drop dimes like you was giving Jules dimes, I bet you he can get that too. Especially with the game the way it is now, everybody just shoots threes. Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
Jules didn't shoot threes.
No.
So
that was 52 points of and ones and post up moves. And
imagine how much assists he would have had that game if he would have actually made them, because he got a lot of rebounds those games because he missed them. I was at that game.
Yeah.
He put them right back up because he missed them. But
horrible.
I just got one
stats.
question to ask about that game. I got one question to ask about that game. Did you guys both have hair?
Yes. Hey, it was sick too. Our hairdressers were sick back in the day.
Back in
Remember?
the day, you ever see Major League that with the heck's his name?
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
Sheen.
Sheen.
It
You
was
ever
a
seen
wild thing.
the baseball one?
Dude, it was way before mine. His time. He wasn't even born yet, dude.
Yeah, he wasn't even.
I probably was. I was born in '94. I'm not that young.
Well, it's kind of crazy nowadays that these young guys, they're like the night before a game, they're at my house cutting hair. And I remember we used to do that back in the day.
Yeah.
Night before a game, everybody getting faded, get designs and get letters and stuff in their head. And everybody's doing that nowadays, bro. They didn't skip the generation. It's back. It's crazy.
Yeah, good stuff. Hey, you even seen in my Facebook videos? I've been tagging you.
Yeah,
Coach
man.
Bro, you don't laugh at none of those?
I do, man. It's a little crazy. But you don't talk about that stuff on here. But anyway, so Winnebago, they just got done playing like 3 weeks of basketball. I think they took care of 1, 2, 3, 4 games. They had the holiday tournament over at Wayne State, and then they also had a game right before the break was over against Norfolk Catholic. Well, the girls went 0-3 over at Wayne, and then They got beat by Norfolk Catholic. Now, like I said about Wayne State over there, they had good teams over there. The girls, those big schools over there too. You know, Winnebago fights hard every game. Like every game, they're in the game until like late third quarter, end of third quarter, and then like comes fourth quarter. Even talking with a couple of coaches, just like, you know, they don't know what happens. It's like maybe they run out of gas or something, you know. But the other team always ends up pulling away at the end. And so like they're also on the right track with this. I think personally, that that the issue might be conditioning, because if you're playing good throughout the whole game, then around fourth quarter, the thing's gone fall apart. It's that fatigue, right?
Yep.
So and then that's just being a person noticing from the outside, you know.
Yeah.
I don't see what their practices are like, but that's what my guess would be.
Yeah.
But anyway, but the girls been playing good. We're getting a good how do you say, a good showing from our seniors. We have a number of seniors on there. They're playing really well, shooting the ball a lot better than they were the last few years, obviously. Rebounding the ball. Callie Wolfleader has been huge on the boards. And I know that we lost a player with Tressa Big Bear. She went down with a knee injury.
Yeah. Well, she went down twice with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she came back too early.
I did too. Yeah.
So,
and then I think she does too. Yeah.
But you know, all, you know, put that in God's hand, you know, and hopefully that she can come back from that injury.
One of the girls that's kind of, to me, that's kind of catching my eye. I mean, because I seen like a little Dania's daughter, the youngest one, Dede. Seems like she's been there forever, but she's been a 4-year starter.
Yeah,
you know, we talk about. So
you're right.
And then so she's like always there, and then she's pretty good, and she's been pretty good ever since she was young. But one who's standing out is I don't know if that's your little cousin or your
Jolan.
niece, the sophomore.
Jolan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's tough.
My cousin, yeah.
Yeah,
Jolan
she's
Blackbird.
tough. Yeah, and then is that Marcel's?
Yep, that's my Uncle Marcel's oldest.
And the mom's
Alicia.
Okay, so I know where the skills come from. I know Marcel can't hoop.
I've been trying to tell him that. He thinks he can guard me, but
Marcel's going around saying, "Yep, my girl can hoop, kind of like her dad." Oh, come on now.
Give her a whistle and give her a shirt that she go rap and she can be like you.
Give her a whistle and give her a blindfold.
Give the little bitty guys technicals at halftime, or they're touching the rim or touching the net. Did he do that yesterday?
Yeah, he did that at that junior high game. Yeah, come on now.
Come on, Marcel. If they can get on the rim at that age, let them go, man.
Oh yeah. All right, so good stuff, you guys. Good stuff.
Hey, when this guy was in 8th grade, nobody believes me. I was talking to Eugene, Zach's boy. He's
SJ.
Yeah, I was telling him. He asked me that the other day when we were reffing in the main gym. He asked could you dunk when you were young? I said I dunked a basketball once. It was a girl ball one time. I said, Quince. I said when he was in 8th grade, he was jumping from the dotted line, 360 one hand. No way. I said, yeah. He said that, and then he was trying to point. I said, yeah, he used to do that. I said, nobody believed me. I tried to tell him. He said, those guys don't believe us. It's because we're old and big now.
Old and chubby
Nobody
now.
knows that. Yeah, they don't know that.
She came down Monday night to Old Man League. I would have showed him.
I just started breathing hard when I seen pictures, man.
I know. I got so tired anyway.
Yeah, heck with that.
But we're going to continue on. So the boys basketball over at Wayne State, they actually went 1-2, and they won their second game. And I don't think they ever played that team before, but I can't remember who it was either.
Nebraska School for the Blind.
That's the team that we used to play, remember?
That's how Quince and Jules got their records.
We're just joking, man.
oh man. So now it makes sense.
No wonder you guys were good. No wonder we heard these stories. No. But yeah, Winnebago did pretty good over there, and then even on the games that they lost, you could tell that, like I said earlier, that they were learning stuff, you know. And I think one of our bigs, Ashton Point, he's down with a knee injury, and so he wasn't playing during the tournament. I think he played like 2 minutes one game, and he couldn't, so he sat out the rest of the tournament. And things could have been different. You know? I mean, you guys know how Ashton plays, and if Winnebago has a low post presence, especially somebody like how he plays with good footwork and good fundamentals and good passing skills, along with good finishing skills, I mean, we could do a lot better than.
And then he even brings out another dynamic, being able to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the teams that we played, we always got one guy that's on the other team that we need Ashton to be down there boxing out on, because once Ashton's out of the game, Winnebago's got a couple other rebounders, but that size and that the big body, that's gone, and so you got to have more of your crashing the boards and jumping up for the rebound rather than trying to get down and get physical, because most of them are guards out there.
In a lot of Ashton's moves he's patient when he does his post moves.
Yeah.
Both the bum knee, he can't do that. He can't do no twists and turns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I seen him I watched that game. You guys played that first game over in Wayne, and he got in it just gingerly. I seen him try to do a little jump shot, and then he made a look on his face that he tweaked his knee just doing that.
Yeah.
So he wasn't ready. I wouldn't even. I'd wait until it's healed. Just like Tressa, when she hurt herself, she came back a little early, but. That love that these kids got, they want to play and they want to be out there. So, injuries, they'll try to play through them, but sometimes when you get a bum knee, it's almost forever.
Yeah.
So,
it's for real.
Crazy.
For real. Then that's just like the experience having knee problems, and then also like just being around sports all the time, you hear about stories, people's knees, and it's like, how do you recover from that? Well, you have to rehab that. The knee or ankle, you got to rehab it. You can't just let it heal.
And it all starts with all the muscles around it. Like the quad, the knee, the shin, all that stuff. All that stuff has to be back strong where it was before. Otherwise, you're always going to have that pain.
Yeah, and you know what? I know that this little discussion about injuries wasn't on the list here, but it is important to talk about. And the main thing that I've been telling any of these young athletes that have injuries that they either have to have surgery on or they had surgery on is listen to your doctor.
Yeah.
Listen to your doctor. Your doctor's telling you everything, because a lot of these guys they're like, well, I wouldn't if I was you, because we got to schedule to MRI or something like that. And they're like, well, MRI didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's run a game, or something like that, and then you end up messing it up more. So like the whole thing about listening to your doctor. Your doctor's gonna tell you exactly what you're supposed to do, and if they want you to go physical therapy for 3 days out of the week, then guess what? In order to get that thing back in 100% shape, you got to go to physical therapy 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I agree.
But well, thanks for bringing that up, guys. And then just real quick, guys, Winnebago, their upcoming schedule this coming Friday, they got a home game, which KWTN 100.9 is actually covering. So make sure that on Friday night you're listening in. Winnebago actually hosts Windside, and Windside hasn't been on Winnebago's basketball schedule for maybe about 8 to 10 years. And so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of basketball program they have before. And I think we got them off the schedule because it was always one of those games where the boys just run the score up and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe some things changed.
Yeah. Maybe.
Like we said earlier about communities and coaches, maybe they got a different coach now.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure and join us Friday night. I believe the girls varsity game starts at 6:00 or 6:15, and the boys game will follow. And we'll be right there giving you a live action from the game.
If you want to come and catch the JV games, me and Quincy will be reffing.
Oh yeah, I remember.
What you laughing at, man? This guy's the best ref you kids are ever gonna see, man.
I'm just laughing. I'm not judging. I'm not saying you guys did a fair job when we came up here. You guys did great.
Say, don't come watch us ref.
Come watch us ref.
Come watch your boys play ball.
Come watch Quincy ref and try to explain everything.
Come
when he has a bad call.
Watch Quincy ref and watch Buff follow him.
Hey, dude, we got about 10 more of these top fives. Better get to the next one.
Hey, let's get done with this schedule then. Okay, so then after that, the schedule after that, next week on Tuesday we play Tri-County, which is Emerson basically, and that's over there. So it's still home game. Just got to drive over the dirt road, and make sure this is on a Tuesday. So make sure and stop in over at the Iron Horse. Get yourself a burger and fries or something.
Yep.
Go and support your local businesses over there.
That's right.
And support our per cap. So anyway, then after that we got Why Not on Friday, which is a home game.
Fine.
Okay, and then after that, the week after that is Ponca, and then Randolph. Did you say we played Randolph? Is that who?
We did. Yep, we did.
Okay, so Randolph, we play them here in Winnebago after that, and then on the 28th, I believe, that's when BR comes in town. Now Bancroft is kind of becoming a rival too on the res, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of hear that from the Wall Hill School, All My Nation School, and stuff like that.
Well,
half their team's native now.
Yeah, they got native boys on there. I went down to watch them play last night. They had a tough one with Pender. Both of them come in undefeated last night. Bancroft took off on them 18-2. Pender come back, chipped away. Going into the fourth quarter, start of the fourth, Bancroft still up 10. Pender just chipped away. Last second floater at the buzzer beat Bancroft by 2.
Oh,
yeah,
that's crazy.
It was tough. Packed house. I'm not gonna say nothing because the referees are decent, and then Josh is even on the squad reffing. So we were all like, "Oh hell no!" But then, he ended up. The referees did good, and it came down to the end. And we were talking about free throws. They Bancroft fouled their boy with like 13 seconds ago. Tied up. He didn't know. He thought they were down one, so he's all upset. And it's like, no, don't worry about it. We had the last shot. Bancroft has the last shot. Their boy went and missed 2 free throws. One of the Bancroft boys got the rebound. KJ got the rebound, but they fouled someone else away from the ball. So he went to the line with 7 seconds or 9 seconds, went to the line for 2. Missed them both.
wow.
And then that's how those guys come down. It was tied up, and that's how those guys hit that floater at the buzzer.
My.
So 4 missed free throws that could have decided the game.
Oh,
And it came down to
goodness. Well, they did decide the game.
Yeah.
They did decide.
Well,
the
yeah,
game.
that's right. Yeah, they did,
Yeah.
yeah. Good game though. But yeah, Bancroft is they're both undefeated. They're both like 8-0 or 7-0.
Well, that was surprising about Pender still being undefeated too. I know
big
they
guys.
beat Winnebago, but they don't have any shooters. They
That's
have
what I'm
no
saying.
shooters.
Bro, that's what I was saying. Those guys didn't. I hollering, pack it down, just because they got all big guys. Nobody's hitting threes. Nobody's even shooting threes until the end. Until the end of the game, that guy hit 2 in a row to put him up, put him ahead. They were down 5. That guy hit 2 in a row to put him up 1. So
Hey, it's basketball, bro.
Yeah,
It's basketball.
Good game. I
On
wouldn't
any
even
given
mad.
night, anybody can beat anybody.
Yep, I wasn't even
Just
mad
gotta
at
see
it,
what's
man. It was a good game.
up. All right, so hey, let's get into this top 5. The next top 5. Did you have another one?
I do, but I just did mine. Did Randy got one?
Did you figure your top 5
Oh, I
out?
thought you were gonna do a boxing.
Yeah, that's what I just put the box.
Let's do the boxing one.
Okay.
All right, top
Good.
5 boxers then.
Good,
All right,
man.
Mino,
You
start us
decide.
off.
Okay, so
It doesn't have to be. It could be in order if you want, but it doesn't have to be in order.
mine's in order.
Okay,
I'm
mine's in
going.
order,
I'm
too.
going from 1 to 5. Obviously, number 1, Terrence Bud Crawford.
Oh,
Cool side.
Yep. Then after that, this is just guys that I got to see.
yep.
Floyd Mayweather,
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. And then of course you have to, if you love boxing, you have to have Muhammad Ali
Yes.
and Mike Tyson.
Yes.
So that's Ali, Tyson. That's my 3 and 4. And then my 5th is actually Usyk.
He's a new guy, right?
Usyk.
Oh, okay, yes, I don't know.
heavyweight undisputed champion.
Oh, the new guy.
Just beat up Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted Fury to win, but his boxing skills are undeniable. His pedigree is undeniable. His body of work is undeniable. He's an outstanding champion. He's 2-time undisputed, 2 different weight classes, just like Bud Crawford. To me, it's tough to beat.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I got 3 of those 5 right there. I got Bud Crawford as my 1, Tyson as my 2, Ali as my 3. I always like Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah.
I always like Manny Pacquiao. So he's my 4, and then I have to go old school. Julio Cesar Chavez.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Those
Hey,
are my
good
5.
one.
Those are my 5 right there.
Good one, man. Hey, that last one though. How many fights? Like 90,
80 something.
80 something fights.
Yeah.
I mean, man, that's
Like
crazy.
80 and
man.
0 or something, and then he ended up start losing. He went like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, here's my 5. Then I'm gonna go 5 to 1.
Rocky Balboa, Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang, Apollo Creed.
Drago.
No, we got number 5. I'm gonna go old school at number 5 and say Sugar Ray. I remember just his style.
Leonard or Robinson?
Oh, Leonard. Hey, pinch poke. You guys got poke there.
Yeah.
Jinx. Hey, so Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay.
Just his fighting style. He was a champion before, and then he was one of those guys where he was probably the only guy that I actually liked that was a cocky fighter.
Oh, yeah.
That won. So
Yeah.
Other than that, Manny Pacquiao was at 4. I know you guys probably say but I had Bud Crawford at number 3. I had Money Mike at number 2. And then I think I still think Muhammad Ali's the GOAT. So,
Hey,
But,
no argument. No argument from me.
No.
but those are the ones that I wrote up for the top 5 boxers, man. And so I thank you guys for your top 5s there. So we have about 5, 6, 7 minutes in the show, so we're gonna move on into Winnebago girls hosted a girls wrestling tournament last week, and it was huge. And this tournament just gets bigger and bigger. And Coach Tramner sent me some information on the tournament, but I got a chance to go in and go hang out actually at the tournament and check out some of the matches, and they were pretty interesting. The girls, I took my little girl Jessica down there. She's really interested in wrestling. I took her down, and she really enjoyed watching the Winnebago girls. Okay, the Winnebago girls, we had them up on the show a number of times. Ivani, Precious, Huns. We had, I think she graduated out, but we have a number of boys that are in wrestling too, with Docs and the crew. So just a little information on that girls meet. Okay, 40 teams, you guys.
Jeez.
40 teams. I saw teams from Iowa and South Dakota here, and a lot of teams. There were small schools, big schools. There were 700 matches.
Hey,
Wow.
700 matches in that one day here in Winnebago. 329 girls competed that day in Winnebago.
Wow.
So just imagine that, what it looks like. What you would, I don't know if you guys cruised. Was you working that day? Was you getting? You guys see it?
I saw stories and stuff. I couldn't believe how many people were in the gym.
bro,
Yeah.
there was buses on the back roads going that way on east of the thing, and cars parked about all the way blocks away.
Wow.
Parked all the way up and down both sides of the street. It was nuts.
Yeah, definitely want to. DJ Bestme's got some of the things up on the screen right there, guys, of some of the results, and it looks like Precious Decora went 17-1. Is that her?
That has to be a total for the year, and I don't know if she'd have 18
Oh yeah, it
matches.
says varsity stats right there.
Oh, I was gonna say, wouldn't have
Hey,
18
Beth,
matches
if
that
you
day.
could go back on those other slides I sent. Yeah, because Coach Tramner said that the Winnebago teams really did a great job. Yeah, like that right there. Okay, so it looks like Precious Decora from Winnebago placed second and scored 24 team points. Championship round.
She's heavyweight.
It tells about that one there. Just to give them props, the first place, Audrey Heron from Omaha Westview actually won the division. So shout out to those girls there. We have is there anybody from Winnebago there? JV, Tommy Lee Scott, 0-4. Yeah, Tommy Lee. So she did good. She placed 6th. So congratulations, Tommy. And then I know that Ivani Wilkie, she got 5th place. I saw that in the last thing. Ricardo Walker got 6th place, which is good. Congratulations. Camilla Blackhawk was tied for 6th place. Ivani Wilkie right there placed 5th and scored 15 team points. Congratulations, Ivani.
Wilk Dog.
Zanaya Redhorn placed tied for 8th. And then we're going to continue on. Oh, Etta Bear comes out from Winnebago. Went looks like she got 6th place. So congratulations. And then Zoe Wilkie tied for 7th place.
Jeff got another one in there.
Yeah, little Zoe. She's a little skinny one too. She's a beast.
Huh.
And Etta Bear comes out placed 4th. So congratulations, Etta. I think I said 6th. So those are the results right there from the tournament. But I do have to give Coach Adam Tramner mad props because of the result of that tournament. That is by far the biggest tournament. They said that the only tournament that's bigger than that here in Nebraska is the state tournament.
Yeah.
Other than that, this is the biggest girls tournament that there is. So big shout out to Adam Tramner, Winnebago Public School, and all the people behind the scenes that made that day possible and that make that day possible every year. Shout out, man.
Dope.
You guys are doing a great job. And I believe tonight is the night that youth wrestling team, the Company A Scouts, have their sign up tonight. So if you're listening and your kid wants to sign up for youth wrestling, make sure and have them get up to the school tonight and sign up with Coach Tramner. So props, guys. Congratulations
really
on you
awesome.
girls, man. All right, so hey, we talked about all that stuff, and now I have this last topic with you guys, and I know we talked about this all the time on Facebook, and I have my last top 5, but it's really a top 4 and an honorable mention.
Okay.
So we always talk about the Mount Rushmore, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna get it out there right now about our Mount Rushmores of basketball. Now these ain't gonna be the same either, just like the boxing and all that kind of stuff.
There might be a couple.
There might be a couple. So I'm gonna go first.
You go first.
Yeah, since you guys went first before, so I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna tell you who my guys are here. So my 4. I got Mike. Okay, Mike's gonna be on that list of those guys. I have Shaq. Okay, Shaq. I don't think there's any center, no matter what generation you're playing, can play on Shaq. I have. Who did I have? I had Allen Iverson. I had AI. He didn't win no championships, but he changed the game so much about how the game is played now compared to back in the day.
Yep.
And then my last one was Magic Johnson.
Okay.
And Magic Johnson, I love the position of the point guard, and he made that position fun to watch.
Your honorable mention?
My honorable mention, Kobe.
Okay.
Kobe.
Okay.
So Kobe, and the reason why I wish I could have Kobe on here, because just his mentality, that whole mama mentality thing, and then just especially like after basketball, his videos and his what he done for the game after basketball, it's hands down. You want to learn that kind of IQ,
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so for me, you guys, it's no secret about LeBron James.
Let's go with LeBron.
Reason being, go back to what you said about Magic Johnson, how he approached the game. LeBron, very similar, but also had a scoring, very, very talented scorer too. So I'm gonna take LeBron James. Then obviously I'm gonna go Michael Jordan, and then the mindset. It's the mindset that I'm obsessed with about Michael Jordan, and I'll just say it. If I could have my players emulate anybody's mindset, anybody's work ethic, it would be Michael Jordan over LeBron, over Kobe,
Yeah.
But after that, I'm gonna go Kobe Bryant, and then I'm gonna say Stephen Curry.
Oh, Steph Curry's a good one.
Yeah.
And then I guess my honorable mention, I'd go Shaq.
Shaq.
Yeah, and those are because obviously I'm a guard, and so I love guard play, so that's why I chose what I chose.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good stuff.
Okay.
And Shaq, he's just such a dominant and unstoppable force. You gotta have him somewhere.
Yep. So me and Quince obviously we're like the same. Obviously, I'm taking Jordan, and then Shaq, because of the same we just talked about it. Same, those are two. And I have Iverson on mine as well. And I'm saying, as a Jordan fan, I said this before too. As a Jordan fan, diehard Jordan fan, we're lucky that Allen Iverson wasn't 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
So that's why I picked that. So I got Iverson. Those were 3, and then after death, same thing you said. All the videos, I'll put Kobe up there as my top 4.
Okay.
And then my honorable mention. Honestly, it's not just throwing shade at LeBron, but I just, like I said, we go over it over and over. But I almost want to put Olajuwon in there because he led like everything. Like Jordan said, he'd take take Pippen, then he'd take Olajuwon on his team if he had to pick a top 5 in a team to go to war in. He said he'd take Pip, second pick was Olajuwon. Just because he was good at everything, too. So
I say Olajuwon and Tim Duncan could be two guys that you could win with anybody.
Either one of them, yeah. Those are good, man. I mean, all the way around. If you looked at it, we kind of got the same. We all kind of got the
same foundation, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I want to say thank you, Manny, for coming up here and sharing this entire hour with us. We did talk a lot about your beloved Blue Jays. We talked about the past. We talked about the present. We talked about the future. We got a chance to visit with you a little bit about bringing you way back to old Winnebago days, old Wall Hill days. And you have a good history of that under your belt. and then to kind of hang out and talk with me and B-Luv about these other sports. You know, it's always good to have somebody in here that is out there watching these sports as well. So we have another opinion, you know, and then that's what we do. We just try to have some fun on here. I actually had a lot of fun in this episode, B-Luv.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take the mic just before we close up shop.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you guys once again for inviting me on and, you know, being so hospitable the way you guys have always treated me, you know. And I said that at my brother Greg's wedding. You know, the Bass family has always treated me as if I was one of them too. It's always been all love. So it always will be, guys. Thank you so much.
Sure. Yeah, thanks for coming on, Manny, and thanks for sharing your input on certain things. And yeah, like Quinn said earlier in the show, it said your name comes up just as much as Dom's name on this show, because it seems like every time I always throw something in there about LeBron, and then I throw your name in there. So I don't know if you're listening.
Sometimes that comes out of the blue too. We're not even talking about it. I'll be like, where did that come from?
Don't have nothing to do with nothing. Then I'll just throw that out.
That's funny though. That's good. Thank you though. You know, all
good stuff.
All publicity is good publicity.
That's right.
Good stuff. Hey, well, it's going to be exciting to come watch the Blue Jays play again. If you guys see me walk in, you guys send some popcorn over or something.
Or hot dog.
I'll get you a Blue Jay shirt to wear.
All right, there you go. Hey,
4X.
ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to 100.9 FM. This is KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. This is the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe in Nebraska. You just got done listening to our last episode of the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Peace.
Hello.